Welcome to a brand new Draw With Me video. Before we get too comfy, let's set up a canvas. I like to have a canvas of 3000 pixels by 4200 pixels, and I usually set my color profile to CMYK because I get my stickers manufactured and that is the color profile the manufacturers use. I also make sure that it's set to at least 300 dpi so that it's high resolution when it gets printed. I am using the app Procreate on a 12.9-inch iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. And the brushes I'm using are my own brushes, which you can download from the link in the description below. My main brush pack is the Fizzy Toolbox, and it's a Procreate brush pack filled with 12 unique brushes designed to help your artwork from messy sketch to textured line art and realistic grainy colouring pencils. Also in this video, I'm using my original Fizz and Flourish brush pack, which is a combination of 6 custom brushes where you can find everything I use to build my illustrations from sketching to textured details. With that technical stuff out the way, let's have a catch up. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. If you're new here, my name is Meg and I run the illustration business Fizz and Flourish. I thought this Draw With Me video could be a really relaxed, chatty video all about the business, what's happening, how I'm balancing life as a mum. So I started my business in lockdown 2020. Before that, I was a costume maker working on film and theatre, and I worked on a Cirque du Soleil style show in China. And when I was in lockdown over there, that's when I discovered digital art. I had an iPad and a lot of time, and I found Procreate. Procreate has been a game changer, not just in my business, but in my life. It's allowed me to create a business, open my shop, and just learn and grow in making artwork. I love that I can just sit on the sofa with Procreate without getting out a load of paints. Don't get me wrong, I love traditional art, but it is messy and I'm not the tidiest person. So having everything compact on my iPad just works so well for me. When I started this YouTube channel, I had so much time. I was able to put in hours and hours into editing, filming, drawing, creating my shop, everything. And it really seemed like the business was starting to take off. I was getting regular orders, I was making lots of products, YouTube was going really well, I got monetized, and I was earning a decent income from my business. Then I fell pregnant with my first son, and I really had to learn to slow things down and accept that I just didn't have the time that I had before. I talked to a lot of people in my DMs, in the comments on YouTube, and there are so many people balancing being an entrepreneur with raising a family. And I'm just in that season of life where things are pretty chaotic. I went on to have twins, they're now 9 months old, so I have a really busy home life. And what I've learned, the positive thing that I've taken away from losing my time in my business is that I've become so much more productive in the snippets of time that I have. So I'm really proud that I can even get this video out. I used to be doing a video once a week. Now it's when I have time, and I've accepted that that is okay. It's not gonna be forever, and I need to enjoy the time I've got with my babies. So if you're in the same boat as me and you have really small children, just know that you should be proud of even the tiniest amount of work that you can do. I used to get frustrated that I couldn't get everything done that I wanted to do, but I've really learned that it's just a season of life, and as much as I need this business to work because I need the income, it will happen over time. It's just a bit slower than I first wanted. Having the challenge of juggling children and business and home life has allowed me to be super intentional with my work. I no longer take on jobs or work or things in my business that aren't gonna produce an income. Of course, we all would love to do projects just for the fun of it, but at the end of the day, this is a business, and if we've only got a couple of hours a week or a day a week to work, then that work time needs to be really focused on something that is going to earn the business an income. My shop had to take a complete backseat when I had twins for obvious reasons, and now that they're 9 months old and my 3-year-old is heading into nursery full time, I'm starting to get a snippet of my old life back, especially if I can get the twins in sync. If they nap at the same time, I can work during nap time and evenings. And it's amazing how much you can get done in those short bursts of time if you're organized. I've really taken to batch producing work, content, and it's really started to take the stress away from panic creating something just for the sake of it. I put a lot more thought into what I'm doing and what is useful for my time. So I decided to draw a new sticker sheet for this Draw With Me, but I really want to have it in my shop at some point in the future. What I've started to do with my shop is when I relaunch, I want to create bundles of sticker sheets, washi tapes, pins that I can sell as like a collection rather than selling an individual sticker sheet. Now the reason for that, again, is to be super intentional with my time. And when I reopen my shop, I'm not going to be able to have the time to package orders for singular sticker sheets. Now that's not that I wouldn't be grateful for the orders for a single sticker sheet, because it's so exciting getting an order no matter what the size, but I have to be really intentional with this business, and with time being so precious, I need those orders to be a slightly higher selling price. Now, I don't want to sell my sticker sheet for a $5 because I don't think anyone would pay that, but what I do want to do is create a bundle where people can get loads of goodies from my shop, but the order value is higher. And what I plan to do is still have different price points. So for people that want to buy my artwork but are on a tighter budget, I can have lower price point bundles available to them. And then I can go all the way up to a deluxe bundle where you've got loads of products in one goodie box. And I think this will be great for gifts for people, especially if I've got different collections that will appeal to different types of people. So that's a very long-winded way of saying I'm drawing this summer cafe. I have some sticker sheets that are like coffee shops and baking sticker sheets, teacup sticker sheets and coffee cups. And I really want to add another sticker sheet for that collection. I just love coffee shops. There's something so cozy about a coffee shop, a little independent bakery. It used to be a hobby of mine to go around different coffee shops, if that can be classed as a hobby, around different coffee shops in Edinburgh where I lived, and trying different places, having that aesthetic feeling of an independent coffee shop. I just love the atmosphere, and I wanted to draw a summery one. So that's why I've added flowers and like an outdoor billboard, fruity cakes, and just general summer vibes. And if you watch this full draw with me, you can see that I have a really streamlined process to how I draw them. If you watch my other Draw With Me videos, you'll find a similar workflow. It's taken me a long time to figure out this workflow. I found that it really streamlines my process without taking away any of the enjoyment in creating the artwork in the first place. So my general setup for my sticker sheets is research, the sketch stage, line art, flat color, and then cel shading. Now, obviously a lot of thought goes into each stage of the sticker sheet making, but having this workflow means that I'm not going in wondering where to even begin. I just wanted to chat about why I'm doing a rough colouring stage before I go into the colouring in properly. This has been one of my most asked questions on previous Draw With Me videos, so I thought I'd take a moment to explain this stage of my process. You don't have to do this stage, but here's why I choose to draft out my colours first. For me, choosing colour combinations is one of the most challenging parts of the drawing process. Just like I do a rough sketching stage before heading straight into the finished line art, I like to do a rough colouring stage. It's my opportunity to test out different colour combinations and palettes without worrying about staying inside the lines. Of course, it's digital art, so you can colour in neatly and then go in and change colours afterwards, but I find this so much harder to do. With a quick splash of colour on the canvas, I can zoom out and see which colours work well together. I can then go in and tweak the saturation, hue, and use gradient maps to get the overall look I want in draft form. Then, when I'm happy with how it's looking, I can copy and paste the canvas, minimize the layer so that it's in the corner of the screen, and use the eyedrop tool to pick the colours I've drafted out to then enjoy the process of colouring in, knowing that they've already been chosen. What I've started doing is filling in each illustration with a flat colour, creating a new layer on top, and selecting clipping mask. That way, anything I colour will stay inside the clipping mask area, meaning that I don't have to worry about staying inside the lines. For this sticker sheet, I have used the colour palette Marshmallow from my downloadable mini workbook. It's all about how to draw cute characters, which is partnered with my last YouTube video, which I will link below. And in that downloadable workbook, you will find 12 ready-made Procreate colour palettes that you can import directly into Procreate. If you've just started on your digital art journey and want to learn the basics of drawing in Procreate, then I really recommend this Domestika course by Brad Woodard. I've had a long-term collaboration with Domestika and love the courses they offer to artists and illustrators. Each stage of the learning process is super clear and valuable. So check out Brad's course, Procreate for Beginners, through the link in the description below to get an exclusive discount at checkout. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like an illustrator that doesn't illustrate. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to this. There's just so many more things to do in the business, like social media, video editing, filming, growing an audience, building a shop, admin, emails, orders, and a million other things. As solo entrepreneurs, we have to wear a lot of hats. And it can be really overwhelming and daunting to even get through that list of things, let alone drawing and improving our artwork and actually doing the thing we wanted to do in the first place, which is create art. So I'm really trying to carve some time in the evenings to get drawing again. During the twins' nap time, that is when I sit at my desk and I work on the business or in the business. I do my admin, my editing, my batch production, all the things that come with running a business, so that in the evenings I can sit on the sofa with my husband and draw. I am one of those people that if they're not being productive, they feel guilty. It's just how I'm wired, and my biggest motivation to draw was actually the reopening of my shop after having my twins. I knew to relaunch my shop, I needed to run a Kickstarter. And I had sticker sheets, washi tapes, pins, and having that deadline to draw was actually the biggest motivator for me. It gave me focus, something to work towards, and to be honest, it made me feel less guilty for that reason. As a mum, I want to spend as much time as possible with my family, so I get the mum guilt for taking time away to draw. The fact that it was for my business and a way to earn income made me feel slightly less guilty for taking that time. And like I said, drawing in the evenings means that I'm not sacrificing time away from my children. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking every evening. I would completely burn out if that was the case. But a couple of nights a week, just to get working on new sticker sheets, new collections and designs, really keeps my inspiration flowing and my motivation ticking over, leaving those nap time windows for more businessy related jobs. I'd love to know in the comments if you like this chatty style of video, and if you did enjoy it, I think you will love my sushi sticker sheet draw with me video where I share loads of Procreate hints and tips. Okay, see you next time.